Well, Coach, to say that was kind of an up and down game, you got off to a great start. They made a terrific run. They had a third quarter lead a few times, and then you just kind of completely shut down their offensive game and found a different level to your offensive game. So how did you evaluate a game that was full of ebbs and flows?
Well, I think that's one of our biggest strengths, is there's not a single person in a Seton Hill uniform that thinks we're ever out of a game until the buzzer goes off. We work relentlessly at that in practice, and they wear it. And, we kept yelling composure in the second half, and that was our goal. And we obtained it. They did a great job of being composed in big moments. They were lifting Shea Bailey up through freshman mistakes. She had to really, really step up today with some foul trouble early with Helene, foul trouble late with Christian. And, they just all really gathered around each other and were composed and were able to, sometimes you got to hit the nail a couple times for it to go into the wood, and that's what we kept doing today.
I know in particular the run when Fry went out, Hallie Cowan is sort of leading the way there. That's why we wanted to talk to her. But for her performance the entire night, 23 rebounds for Mia Kalic, that is, I would assume, one of the best totals in Seton Hill history.
That's what I said when we were sitting over there. I said, I don't know if anybody's ever beat that.
What allows her to be so, obviously she's good in every facet, but in particular tonight rebounding, what allows her, because she's not the tallest player on the floor, to have that type of success?
No, I love Mia, and we talk all the time about how she plays like she's 6'5", and you can't ask more for a kid, from a kid. She works and works and works. She's willing to do anything for us to win, and I think that shows in her performance. She knew today that there were going to be a lot of shots from the arc from both teams. We both average around 21 attempts per game. We're averaging a little bit more right now. So the challenge for her was, to clean up the glass, and she did just that. And, the kid never, ever, ever stops. And for 40 minutes, she played 36. She was relentless, and you can't. I just want to smile, man, because the kid works so hard, and to see her keep getting these double doubles and keep getting rewarded for all of the work she's putting in is just tremendous.
I thought your team between quarter 3 and quarter 4 really came to life defensively in two areas. One, you kind of shut down number 7 a little bit. You kind of switched up on her throughout the game, but inbounding the ball was a difficulty for Clarion.
Yeah, we were a little bit hesitant in the beginning of the game because we were worried about guarding the arc. And and when the ball starts going in the hoop for us, we can get a little bit more chaotic. We can get a little bit more risky. And there are some points in the game that Helene and Hallie just look at each other, and there's just a moment where it's going to kick into high gear. And we were fortunate that happened in the fourth. And they always rely on Mia and Abby to kind of have their back, so they get to play a little bit more free-flowing. And they just did a tremendous job of being relentless in the backcourt. And it prevailed. It worked, right?
Yeah, and I also thought that throughout the entire game, the running ability, the fast break was just clicking with an extra pass here, an extra pass there. Very unselfish play by your women.
Yeah, and I can handle 21 turnovers when we're going to have 20 assists. I think that's the big difference in the stat sheet for both teams, and it's just the stat line that has always stood out for us this year is there's not a single person in a Seton Hill uniform that's worried about getting theirs, right? It's all getting ours. It's what we have to do to win. We are, I think a very dominant fourth quarter team. We take pride in that. And, everybody gets a little, if you saw the gym and the momentum, for one, Christian Fry spent a little bit of time here on the bench. She's still leading. She's still talking. And every single human being couldn't have been more ecstatic for Hallie to have another over 20-point performance. She's been putting together a couple for us, and the 3 ball wasn't going in for her, and she was able to be creative and get downhill, and everybody in the gym wanted her to keep going and keep going and keep going. Nobody was worried about getting the ball.
I think a lot of times, we talk about the big 3 or the big 4, but I think the person who we don't talk about enough except sitting here is Mankins.
Abby Mankins, baby.
She does the dirty work. Her expression never changes. She comes and does her job.
Yep. She's like the guy coming in punching the time clock. You know, she knows exactly what she got to do. She's played through some mistakes lately, right? Abby typically doesn't make mistakes. I'm starting to think that I'm jinxing her. But, you know, she's able to immediately bounce back, right? She had a couple bobbles, couple drop passes, but she's composed and she a lot of times gets caught guarding the best player at the rim where they may have a speed advantage. And then you have people like Mankins, and then, you know, Sakira's the only one of our, Sakira and C are the only one of our, our team in school right now. Sakira has been working all day in her MFA program, and for her to be able to come up tonight and be composure and kind of let Abby get out of the key so Abby could guard some guards for us was huge. It was a great, great, great team win.
Well, go enjoy it. Stay perfect in the PSAC. We'll catch
Thank
you
you,
again
guys.
down the road.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Maeve.